everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and I wanted to come to you today and show you a card that I've been working on, and it is it's an Easter pop-up cross, and this is what it looks like, and it will set up. And I did put, there's a little piece right here that I slid up underneath here, and that just kind of props it back to keep it from falling over because it is heavy on the front side. And so it can fall over. So this just kind of ensures that it doesn't. So stick around till the end because I've got a few more samples to show you that I've worked on. And so right now we're gonna go and we're gonna cut the base. And I'm using early espresso. And so from here, we're gonna cut 5 inches. And we're gonna cut 5 1/4. And then we're gonna do a little bit of scoring on the 5-inch side. I'm gonna move the cutting blade out of the way. And we're gonna score at 1 inch. I need to get me another scoring blade. I think I've about wore this one out. All right, so then we're gonna do 1 7/8. We're gonna score on it. We're gonna do 3 1/8. And then we're gonna do 4. And I'm gonna go ahead and burnish these creases, the score lines that we've got here. And that's all we're gonna do with that. And then the card's gonna come together like this, okay? All right, so we're gonna put this aside. We're gonna get the paper trimmer back out. We're gonna do some more cutting. So the next thing I wanna do is cut a piece of this at 3 1/8 by 1 1/4. So let's go ahead and do the 3 1/8. By 1 1/4. Okay, and this is the part that's gonna make the cross that's going this way. And then the next thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna put that over to the side. And then the next thing we're gonna do is cut, let's see, a piece of, and we're gonna need a piece of this to do our layer with, in which I've already done our sentiment that we're gonna use. I've already put it on, and so I used some dies that I have that's got the scalloped circles in them, but you can use whatever that you have on hand. And I went ahead and used the beige cardstock that we have, and then the font here is just off of Word. I just opened up Microsoft Word and then just put something in there that I liked and just printed it off on the cardstock. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay, so then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get out, let me see. We're gonna get out our cream color. Let me get it. I thought I had it out, but I don't. Looks like I'm gonna have to. Oh, this is very vanilla. I think I said beige earlier, but it's very vanilla. Okay. So we're gonna get a sheet of it out. All right. And so from here, we are going to cut 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. So we got 5 1/2 and then 3 1/2. And this is going to be what it sits on. It's going to come together like this. And you're just gonna put it together like this right here. So So I'm just going to put this over here to the side. And then we're going to cut, let's see, we're going to cut a piece. If you want to cut the back of the card base, it's going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. And I may eventually get a verse that I want to put on the back of it. And if I do that, then I would just want to go ahead and put the verse on and then come back and do my cutting. But for right now, just to show you how this is put together, we're going to go ahead and cut 5 1/4. And then we're going to do 3 1/4. Okay, and then that would just go on the back of it. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to put this over to the side, and then the next cutting that we're going to do is we're going to start working with the cross, and we're going to cut 5 1/8. So let's go ahead and cut that 5 1/8, and then we're going to do 1 1/8. Okay, so we've got it here, and then we're going to cut the other part of the cross, and it's going to be 3 inches. So let's do 3 inches, and then we're going to do 1 1/8. Okay, so we're going to put that over to the side, and now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut. We need 2 pieces that are going to be cut at 5 1/8 by 7/8. So let's see if we've got enough here. Yeah, okay, so that's good. So that measures perfectly. And now we're just going to do 7/8 here. And we need 2 of those. Okay, let's move those out of the way. And then we're going to need, let's say 1 or 2 of them cut at 3/4. And these are going to be our layering pieces. Make sure I cut that one at 3/4. Yeah, I did. Okay, and then next we're going to take a piece of this color cardstock, and we're going to make the stand. I think I'm going to do it in this color instead, and then that way when it stands up, it will be, I'll be putting this underneath, and to me it'll kind of blend in more than if we did white. Okay, so this little piece here is going to be 5/8 by 1 1/8. So we're just going to put this, see if we've got enough of it here. Well, to put it 5 5/8. I mean at 5/8, not 5 5/8, but 5/8. Okay, and then that's going to be, let's see, and 1 1/8. Okay, so it's just a little piece, and it doesn't have to be exact. That's just the measurements that that I saw from. I was going to tell you too. I saw this from Sally Poole, and she's with Get Crafty with Sally. And so this is where I got the idea from. She just did a really good job. So it's not anything that I've come up with. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Sally and thank her for putting this together and taking the time to put all the instructions out there. So, okay, so from here, I'm going to do, let's see, we'll need another piece of the vanilla color for the sentiment, which I've already done the sentiment. And then, so now we're going to move to the cross. And I'm thinking I'm going to do it in this wood look. Not sure how it's going to look. I think it would look fine. I think it's going to look good. I mean, because this a cross, you know, it's going to be the wood look. But let's go ahead and cut this. And we're going to do, the first thing we want to do is make sure that that I put it in here the way I want this to go, because it does have a line here. So let's see, and it probably won't matter, but I'm not sure. We're just gonna try it the way I'm thinking. Let's see, that I want it to go, which would be probably, this is gonna be 1 inch here. And then we're gonna cut this at 5. So see, I really don't think it's gonna matter. Okay, so this would be going up and down. And then our next piece is going to be 2 7/8 by 1. So let's do 2 7/8. And that's by 1. Okay. Well, it looks like it was right there anyway. I may have took off a little sliver off of it. Okay, so we've got that done. And now next, I think I'm going to use this cream color here. And so the cutting that we need to make on this is going to be, let me get my paper out here, is going to be 5 inches. And we're going to do 3/4. And we need 2 of these. And then we're going to do, let's see, 5/8. And then the length on this is still the 5 inches. Okay. All right. And then this should be all the cutting, unless I missed something. So let's go ahead and let's move this out of the way here. And bring this back in. Okay, so here we're gonna start layering up. And we're just gonna take our smaller pieces. So go ahead and pick out your smaller pieces that we cut. And then you've got the ones that are a tad bit bigger. This is your cross piece here. Those two are. Okay. And then this is gonna go with this. And then this one here. Okay. And then we've got this one. We've got this one here. So we're going to need to glue those down. And then those, the 2 bigger ones, will go on the outside here. And then your smaller pieces will go inside here. And then I've got this piece here. And it's going to go on this. And this is part of the cross. I'm just going to be put here. So let's go ahead and start assembling this. I probably should have checked this out beforehand just to make sure that I liked it. But I thought, I mean, the cross was wood, so, you would think that it would look good. And I don't know. I don't know if it'd be too dark, or I'm just really not sure about it. So we're going to find out. And then the other part of the cross is going to be, we're going to put this piece on. Well, it just takes a little bit of glue. But just make sure you spread it all around. Okay, so we've got this on here. And now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put this on top of the very vanilla. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside. And now we're just going to go ahead and this would have been a pretty color too. I liked it, but after looking over it, I decided to go with the darker wood. Okay, and these you just want to just center them from side to side and from top to bottom. Now we're going to work on this one. This is really simple. Once you get all your pieces cut, there's a good bit of pieces to cut, but you know, it's not bad at all. But once you get them cut, then you're on a roll. You can go with it. And then it just comes together really quickly. I've already made 4. Actually, I made 5 this morning. I made 2 of the same one. And it doesn't take long at all. So all right, I'm gonna put some on this one. And then that will get these layering pieces done here. And then next, we're just gonna put this on our card base that we have. And so, and this is the smaller pieces. So like I said, you want them to go closer to the center. So we're just gonna put them down right here. I'm gonna pick it up and make sure that everything looks good. Just kind of give it a little press here. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Easter is going to be late this year. It's going to be like the 20th of April. So I'm getting a head start on some of my Easter cards and some baskets that I've made. This will be going up on my YouTube channel after I get the card done. So be looking out for that. And my YouTube channel is at the @ at Crafty Stamper 007. And then if you need to contact me, my email address is craftystamper007@gmail.com. And then if you want to check out some measurements and stuff once I get them put up on my website, that's going to be at craftystamper.com. And I also have my online store there if there's any thing that you need to purchase. Okay, and I'm just going to put this in the center. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to glue this down. And we're just going to put some glue on these side pieces. Put some on this side. Got a little happy with that. Gonna have to wipe some of that off. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of hold both sides on here. You may come up with a different way when you put your card together, but this just kind of seemed to work for me. And then once I pick it up, I can kind of move it around and make sure that it's all lined up like I like it. And so that looks good there, I think. I'm happy with that. And so, and then I'm just going to put, I'm not measuring or anything. I'm just kind of putting, it where I think the cross is going to be. I put the glue there. And so make sure it looks straight here. It's definitely not straight. Okay, I think that's it right there. And while that's drying some, I'm going to go ahead and put this little piece down here so the card will stand up. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to tuck it right back here. And then just kind of get it even with the back, this back piece here. Okay. And then see it just, well, it went up in there because I didn't give it time to dry. Okay, so I'm going to put it back out just a tad. Just like that. Okay, and I've got the cross on here. And I think that looks pretty good. Just going to kind of hold it on place for a minute. I must have got really happy with the glue because it's taking a little bit longer for it to set up. All right. And so next, I'm going to put our sentiment on there. And I'm just going to put it on here. Then we're just going to lay it on top here. And I could have, on these other ones, I kind of did a light colored leaf here, and it comes out of the natural botanicals that I have. I could have done that. This is the kit here, and this is the leaf that I used on some of the other ones. But I don't know that it really needs it. What do y'all think? Do you think I should put something on there? Maybe a little too late to do it. I don't know. I think it looks good like it is. If I put something, it needs to be very, very light. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to do it. Let's see. See what this would look like. I may mess it up because I should have done this ahead of time. That's got something inside it. Let me clean it real good. And I'm thinking, I thought that kind of this Lost Lagoon color might look okay with it. I don't know. I might should use a different color. We're just going to experiment here, I guess, huh? Okay. So it just needs to be very faint. Yeah. And that didn't work. So hadn't set up yet. Let me see if I can do it again. I put way too much glue on there. Okay, so let's see if we can see what we can do here. See if we can make it a little bit better. Well, that made it dark, and now I've probably got it stuck at the bottom. I'm kind of stuck to my paper here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Let's see. I don't know. It don't look too bad. It could be better. I could have done a better job with it, I think. Like I said, I shouldn't have tried to stamp on it on there. So, and that kind of bothers me. I've got to see if I can fix that. I just can't let that go. Let me see if I can get a little piece right over here. If not, I don't know. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so here I want to kind of see if I can get a little bit over in here. Yeah, that looks better. I like that a lot better. I filled in that little area. Okay, so now let's see if we can get this on here straight. Let's see, I think it might need to come up just a tad. Now let's see if that's good. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what do you think about that? I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with kind of having, I was thinking I would probably want it to be lighter, and lighter would probably still look good, but I kind of think that, I think that kind of having it a little bit darker just adds to it more. I kind of like that. Okay, so there we go. It's going to sit up. So let me pull out my other cards. I'm going to put the glue up. And so, and here are the other cards that I've done today. There's this one right here. And this is some old paper that I used. You know, get your old paper out, or if you've got plenty of all your new DSP, use that. I've just kind of did both. I've used new and old. So this is one of the older sets here. This is one of the older sets of DSP. And then I've got this one here, which is new. And I like the colors in this. I think that's so pretty. And then I've got this one here. And I like the colors in it too. And the paper is very pretty. And let me see. I didn't get the paper out. Let me turn around here and see if I can get this paper out and tell you what I've used. Okay, so the paper that we've used here on this one comes from the Everyday Happiness. And so it has all of the paper in here like this. So I used this, and then I used the back of this right here. So I used this part here and then turned it over and used the back, and that's how I got that look. And then on this one here, I used the Perennial Lavender paper, which is this right here. And let's see, I used this sheet of paper here, and then the back of it is this. And then I've got another one that I did, which is here. And this is using the same thing, but I did Gorgeous Grape on it. That's what I used here. And then I used this, let's see, let me find the paper that I used here. Okay, it was this paper here that I used. And like I said, this is out of the Perennial Lavender. So, all right, so that is my cards that I've done today, or the cross here, and the pop-up cross. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, and my email again is craftystamper007@gmail.com, and my YouTube channel is which is the @ craftystamper007. And if you want to look me up on Facebook, it's Crafty Stamper. And I also have an Instagram channel, which is crafty.stamper. And if you have any questions, just send me an email. I'd be happy to answer anything. And if you want to look at my website, I should have the directions and the dimensions to cut this on my website either later today or tomorrow morning. And I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you've learned something, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.